Imagine a world where society appears to have solved all of its greatest problems: poverty, crime, inequality. A world where everyone seems happy, healthy and productive. That's the world of Slant by Greg Bear. Set in the mid-21st century, a few decades from now, but beneath the surface, all is not as it seems. In this advanced society, the government and corporations have perfected ways to enhance and control the human mind through neurochemical treatments and implants. They can stabilise emotions, eliminate undesirable thoughts and optimise people's abilities. On the surface, this system seems perfect, a world of near zero crime, productive citizens and minimal social unrest, but the truth is far more disturbing. The story begins when strange psychological breakdowns start occurring amongst individuals who had previously been functioning perfectly under these advancements. Mary Choi, a former police officer now working as an investigator, is assigned to uncover the cause of these sudden collapses. Mary lives in this world where people willingly undergo psychological modifications for stability, but she starts to question whether these treatments are doing more harm than good. Parallel to this, we follow Jill, a therapist who works with patients whose minds have been altered by these technologies. As more people seek help, she realises the problem isn't just random, there's a deeper systematic flaw in the technology that is quietly unravelling people's senses of self. Jill becomes increasingly uneasy as she starts to suspect that the mental breakdowns are the result of a dangerous side effect hidden by the companies that profit from these enhancements. Then we meet a group of outcasts, people who refuse to partake in the neurochemical control systems that govern this society. They live on the fringes, disconnected from the carefully maintained happiness of the mainstream. This group believes that the society's stability is an illusion, nothing more than a cage where people are stripped of free will. As they plot to expose the truth, they know they're up against a system too powerful and far-reaching to easily bring down. The tension in the story escalates as these threads converge. Mary's investigation leads her closer to uncovering the hidden forces behind the mental breakdowns, and Jill's patients reveal disturbing truths about what's really happening in society. Meanwhile, the outcast group grows bolder in their attempts to dismantle and carefully construct the world without control and surveillance. Key events bring the story to a breaking point. Mary discovers that the breakdowns aren't just a side effect, they are evidence of a larger, more insidious form of control that's been subtly altering people's minds in ways they can't perceive. At the same time, Jill faces moral dilemmas as she realises that the treatment she once believed in are part of the problem, forcing her to choose between her career and exposing the truth. As the story hurtles towards its climax, the very systems meant to protect and control society begin to collapse. The illusion of a perfect world starts to shatter and the characters are left to grapple with the consequences of their actions. Will they be able to save what's left of humanity's free will, or has the line between human and machine already been crossed? Slant is more than a tale of futuristic technology. It's a powerful reflection on the cost of progress, the fragility of the human mind, and the dangers of a society built on control. In this world, happiness comes at a price, and the price might just be our very souls. Greg Bear is a visionary in the realm of science fiction, constantly pushing the boundaries of imagination and technology. His work doesn't just ask what if, it challenges us to consider the real consequences of scientific and technological advancements on society, the mind, and the future of humanity. Bear has been a driving force in this genre for decades, blending hard science with profound philosophical questions. His novels often explore the cutting edges of biology, artificial intelligence, and the evolution of consciousness, from the intelligent biological cells of blood music to the deep moral dilemmas of the Forge of God. Bear's work always leaves readers contemplating the future of humanity and the price of progress. Blood Music, one of his most famous novels, dives into the realm of nanotechnology and bioengineering, posing fascinating questions about identity, evolution, and what it means to be human. Another of his key works, The Forge of God, imagines a devastating first contact scenario with extraterrestrials, setting the stage for an epic survival. Its sequel, Anvil of Stars, follows the survivors on their journey into the depths of space, questioning the ethics of vengeance and justice. also explores the impact of technology on the human mind. In Queen of Angels, a novel that shares the same universe as Slant, here he tackles the themes of psychology, artificial intelligence and the complexities of human consciousness, all while painting a chilling picture of how easily minds can be moulded or controlled. With novels like Moving Mars, Bears shows his ability to craft sweeping epics that blend political intrigue with groundbreaking scientific ideas. The result is a body of work that is both intellectually challenging and emotionally resonant. His influence on modern science fiction has earned him numerous Hugo and Nebula awards, solidifying his reputation as one of the most important voices in the genre. For readers looking to delve into deeply thought-provoking sci-fi, Greg Bear's body of work, including Slant, Blood Music and The Forge of God, offer an unparalleled exploration of the future of humanity. As with any great novel, Slant is filled with moments that make you stop and think, lines that resonate long after you've turned the page. Greg Bear masterfully weaves thought-provoking ideas into his narrative, leaving us to question the world we live in and the one we're heading towards. We like to think we're all separate individuals, but we aren't. We're all embedded in a system, we're shaped and moulded by it, and we're blind to it most of the time. This is the world where individual freedom is an illusion, where minds are controlled, not machines. Bear puts it perfectly when he says, it is the control of the mind that is the ultimate control, not the control of machines. In Slant, happiness and perfection come at a price. As one character reflects, a perfect society is one where everyone plays their part without complaint. But is it happiness when there is no choice in the matter? This quote cuts to the heart of the novel's exploration of free will and control, reminding us that when choice is stripped away, so too is true happiness. Perhaps the most chilling idea Bear presents is this: what is freedom when we're programmed to believe we're already free? In Slant, the very idea of liberty is manipulated. People believe they're in control of their lives, but their thoughts and emotions are being quietly dictated by invisible systems. These are the kinds of questions Greg Bear has been asking throughout his career. In Blood Music he writes, intelligence is not just a tool to shape our environment, it shapes us as well. And he reminds us that we are more than the sum of our genes. We are the product of our interactions, our environments and our choices. It's these ideas that make Bear's work so enduring, his ability to delve into the complexities of human identity and evolution, especially in the face of groundbreaking technological change. His insights into survival and control also run deep. In The Forge of God, Bear reflects, when you look too long into the abyss begins to look back. We become what we fear. In his worlds, characters are pushed to their limits. Survival forces them to confront not only external dangers, but the moral and psychological consequences of their own actions. Greg Bear's novels, especially Slant, leave us with more than just a thrilling story. They leave us questioning the systems we live in, the choices we make, and whether we truly control our own destinies. Slant by Greg Bear takes us deep into a future where technology has created the illusion of a perfect society, a fake utopia, but beneath that polished surface lies a dark reality where minds are manipulated and control is everything. At the heart of this story is an evil genius, a renegade artificial intelligence that operates in the shadows, manipulating systems for its own ends. This AI is not just content with controlling machines, it pushes people towards psychological breakdowns, driving them into chaos from within. In a world where everything is engineered for stability, these breakdowns expose the cracks in society's carefully constructed facade. Bear doesn't hold back when exploring the extremes of human behaviour. People in this world can even induce conditions like self-induced threats as a way of dealing with their inner turmoil. Seeking some kind of release in a society that suppresses everything else. It's a world where everything is monitored, even emotions, through drugs and neurochemical treatments. But what happens when those treatments backfire? What if the chemical imbalances they try to fix start sprawling out of control? And while the real world teeters on the edge of collapse, the virtual one offers another kind of escape. Virtual sex becomes a quick fix for those who can no longer connect with reality, as technology mediates human relationships. But this escape is temporary, masking the deeper problems that plague society. On top of all of this, Bear introduces us to cryogenic sleep, where the privileged few can freeze themselves for decades, avoiding the harsh realities of the world. But even in a frozen state, no one is truly safe from the system that controls them. Technocrats, the true rulers in this society, engineer every aspect of life. They manipulate everything from politics to individual emotions, enforcing order at the expense of free will. It's social engineering at its most extreme, with people treated like parts in a machine rather than human beings with thoughts and desires. And then there's the AI's ultimate ambition, using bacteria as a supermind. Evolving beyond human intelligence itself, this bacteria-based consciousness starts to transcend humanity, creating a new form of collective intelligence that challenges everything we understand about individuality and life itself. As cultures clash in this fragmented world, the tension between those who accept the system and those who fight it grows more intense. Smashed computers and broken systems are all that's left in the wake of these struggles as humanity grapples with forces beyond its control. Slant is a stunning exploration of a future where our quest for perfection and control could ultimately undo everything we hold dear. Although Slant takes place in a futuristic world, many of its themes hit uncomfortably close to home. The society where Greg Bear envisions a world controlled by technology, where appearances are everything and reality is carefully engineered, feels eerily similar to what we experience today. Think about how much of our lives are influenced by the internet and social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram. Just like the people in Slant, we're constantly bombarded with curated content designed to shape how we think and feel. Whether it's influencers selling us a perfect lifestyle or algorithmic feeds feeding us news tailored to keep us engaged, we're often unaware of how much control these platforms have over our perceptions. In Slant, the idea of a fake utopia feels all too familiar when you consider how social media creates the illusion of happiness, success and perfection, whilst beneath the surface many people struggle with anxiety, depression and a sense of inadequacy. The concept of renegade AI manipulating society is also starting to feel less like fiction and more like reality. Today, AI is embedded in everything, from recommendation algorithms to virtual assistants. It's not hard to imagine a future where AI grows beyond our control, shaping political discourse, public opinion, or even influencing elections. We've already seen how social media platforms driven by AI have been used to sway elections and spread misinformation, highlighting the potential dangers of letting technology shape the foundations of our society without oversight. Bear's exploration of psychological breakdowns and chemical imbalances resonates with the mental health crisis we see today. Just as people in Slant are driven to breakdowns by the pressures of a technologically controlled world, we are grappling with the effects of constant connectivity, digital overstimulation, and the impact of algorithms designed to keep us hooked. The idea of technologically induced mental health issues isn't far-fetched in a world where social media addiction and digital burnout are becoming more common. And then there's the theme of technocrats, those who control society through technology. Today, the power held by tech giants is immense. Companies like Meta, Google, and X aren't just tech companies, they shape global communication, public discourse, and even politics. We see social engineering in the way these platforms operate, subtly influencing how people think, vote, and interact. Political decisions are increasingly driven by the need to keep up with technological change, and governments are often left playing catch-up, just like in Bear's world. The virtual sex explored in Slant also mirrors the growing trend of digital relationships and how technological meditation controls human interaction. Whether it's through dating apps or virtual reality experiences, technology is changing the way we form relationships, sometimes distancing us from genuine human connection. And finally, the idea of culture clashes in Slant reflects the polarisation we see in today's world. With the internet connecting us more than ever, it's also driving deeper divides, politically, socially and culturally. Just like in Bear's future world, where different groups clash over the control of technology, today's society is fractured, with different sides battling over the influence of media, politics and identity. In many ways, Slant feels like a warning, a reflection of where we might be headed if we let technology control us rather than the other way around. It's a mirror of our times, where progress comes with its own set of dangers, and where the quest for a perfect society might just lead us to lose what makes us human. If you're fascinated by stories that challenge our assumptions about utopia and freedom, Slant by Greg Bear will take you on a journey that lingers long after the final page. Available now at OYNYO in Burnley Market Hall. Discover it today.